5 myths about why you feel bad the day after drinking.
Oh God.
Hair of the dog is foolproof. It might sound true, but it's actually not. Because really, you're just delaying the inevitable. Might help in the short term, but it definitely doesn't help in the long term. And it's kind of like paying off a credit card with another credit card that's just due later in the month. You're gonna have to pay the piper one day, and if you keep drinking morning after morning, well, there's gonna be a toll to pay. So be smart and avoid hair of the dog when you can, because it ain't foolproof.
Myth number 2, dark liquors are more harmful than light ones. It's not necessarily true. Although things like wine and whiskey may have more additives, it does not mean that it's going to be more harmful to you and make you feel worse than something like a clear liquor. That's because the amount you actually drink is far more important than the actual liquor it is. So, for example, when you're taking vodka shots, obviously you can feel just as bad if you have a bunch more shots compared to a glass of wine. We know if you're going to drink a lot of vodka, it's still going to make you feel really bad and maybe even worse than one of these the next morning.
Eating greasy food won't prevent that next day feeling. Those late night fries aren't going to do anything because alcohol has already processed out of your system and converted it into something called acetaldehyde, which is 20 times more toxic than alcohol is itself. Now, even though eating before drinking can slow alcohol absorption, it's not going to do anything about alcohol converting into its toxic byproduct acetaldehyde. So greasy late night food is going to help you feel better the next day.
Myth number 4, that coffee sobers you up. Now, it may give you more energy, but it definitely doesn't metabolize the alcohol any faster. So in reality, you're just making yourself more dehydrated. And because of that, it could make you feel even worse the next morning. Although dehydration is really only 10 to 20% of why you feel bad, it still is a small contributor to why you feel so gross the next morning.
Myth number 5, only heavy drinkers feel bad the day after drinking. That's not true. Feeling bad after drinking, it is not a black and white phenomena. It is shades of gray. Even one drink can make you feel something the next morning. Double that up, well, you're going to feel twice as bad. Triple that up, you're gonna feel 3 times as bad. And if you're really drinking this, well, there's not much you can do, except for this one thing. And that one thing is called Cheers Restore. It's an after alcohol aid that'll help 2 drinks feel like 1 the next day, because it gets to the 2 root reasons why you really feel bad the day after drinking, which is GABA rebound, why the Bloody Mary works, and then acetaldehyde exposure, the toxic byproduct of alcohol. The DHM in Cheers binds to the same brain receptors that alcohol binds to, the GABA receptors, to effectively satiate that receptor and lessen that rebound the next day, so that you're not as inclined to reach for that nasty Bloody Mary. On the other hand, the L-cysteine in Cheers binds to acetaldehyde when it's in your system and forms a non-toxic compound called MTCA, which lowers acetaldehyde levels. All you do is take 3 capsules after your last drink of the night before going to bed, so that you can feel like you had half as many drinks the next morning and wake up feeling fresh. So don't buy into these myths about what really causes that next day feeling. Take care of your body, be responsible. If you're gonna be cheersing, may as well cheers the right way.